Hello and welcome to this SSL Minor Second Division Match Day 8. We have three great matches for you. I'm your host and play-by-play, Patrick. I'm excited to be back after a week or so hiatus. I am back feeling better than ever, and I'm excited for these three matches. We have Athena taking on Inter London, Cairo City taking on Montreal United, and CS Rova taking on Seoul MFC. Some really great matches as we are over halfway through this season 25 fixture schedule. Inter London leading the way right now in Division 2 with 18 points, but Cairo City seeing if they can take this match day 8 and jump over top of them. Rova sitting in the third spot, Seoul down in fourth, Athena in fifth, and Montreal United in last place in this minor league Division 2 race. Athena 0-2 and 3 in their last 5. Inter London 4-0 and 1 in their last 5. That front line of Blabe is really showing the way in this Division 2. Inter London looking to keep handling business as they run through these fixtures. Athena saying they're not going to just give it all up. London with the kickoff. McZearl gets the ball over to Lizard. Lizard running up the sideline. Bailey tries to step. It's a long cross headed back over. Exposito gets ran into by Francis, and that's going to be a foul. Nope, no cards. Athena now with it. Hutchinson sends it up to Kane. Kane over to Francis. Francis with it now. Francis looking. Exposito marking. Gets it over to Hutchinson Jr. Mendez tries to get it over to Lizard. Does. Lizard in the box. Lizard with a shot, and Angry Lizard buries their first goal of the season off of a great run by them, getting into the box and then getting by their mark and scoring. Mendez, good pass over to get past Munoz. Lizard beats Stitcherson, fires, and Cabri cannot do anything about it. I'm losing my mind today. Lizard with it. London still in the attack. Hutchinson Jr. over to DeMarco. Hutchinson Jr. up to Mendez. Over to Jerton. Lizard over to McZearl. O'Neal now with a run. O'Neal with a chance. Shot, and it gets through. Ryan O'Neal buries their second goal of the season off an assist by McZearl. Let's bring it to a 2-0 London lead. Good back and forth passing here by London. Gets it over to McZearl. First touch over to O'Neal, who beats Zilla and then buries it. 2-0 Inter London. Athena with no shots on net or shots in general right now. It's been all London. DeMarco over to Hutchinson Jr. over to Lizard. Lizard looking. Lizard turns. Has some space. Gets it back to Jurgen. Over to Lizard. Over to Mendez. Back to Francis. Mendez over to Lizard. Lizard with it now. Lizard running. Citrusson marking. Crossed in. Headed around, bicycle kick, and it's cleared by the AFC defenders, but London still with it, and that's going to be another foul on Francis, I believe. Stitcherson, corner for Athena, checks it in, and Kaku is going to get it. Kaku. Hutchinson over to Jerton, over to Mendez. Mendez up to Lizard. Lizard now with it. Lizard running down the sideline. Lizard with it. And they are tripped up, but O'Neal comes away with the ball. O'Neal gets it, but Zilla takes it. And now we're going to look at a penalty here. Lizard is getting some focus over on the sideline. And no penalty. No card on that tackle that took out Angry Lizard either. This ref is keeping the cards in their pocket. And we are flying through now. We're in the 26th minute. Goal kick for London. Gets it up to Lizard. Lizard with it now. Lizard over to Mendez. Mendez. Back to Jerton. DeMarco gets it up to McZerl. McZerl with an assist already. Gets it back to Hutchinson Jr. Over to DeMarco. DeMarco looking to beat Weaver, and they do. DeMarco into the box over to McZerl. Over to Mendez, who finds Angry Lizard, who finds Kane, and that shot just goes over the bar. Quick plays there. Pope Francis was booked in the 25th, and Arthur Kane booked in the 28th. Throw in for Athenine. Cicherson over to Bailey. Back to Cicherson. Crossed in. And Kakal comes down with it. Holding on to it. Looking to throw it. Throws it up. Gets it all the way up to Lizard. McZerl with it. Back to Lizard. Lizard running the offense really well today. O'Neal with it now. O'Neal right on the sideline. Crosses it in. And Wentz gets to it, but only clears it out to O'Neal. Heavy touch. And Bailey of AFC comes down with it, but that is crossed back in. Finds Blabe. Blabe in the box. Blabe gets it over to McZerl, and Chris McZerl buries the goal. A lot of that is thanks to Mr. Blabe, but McZerl was able to finish it. Get another look at it. Just throwing it in there. Blabe wins the race off the header from Skovgaard. Turns, beats Wentz, kicks it in. It bounces off of Skovgaard and comes right back down to McZerl, who buries it past Cobbler. And we have an injury. Joseph Daniel Kakao is out in the 36th minute. But it's a corner for London. McZerl gets it over to Kane. Back to McZerl. Over to Kane. Back to McZerl. Sit into the box. Mendez with it. Mendez in the box. Mendez turns. Shot. And it's João Mendez. Second goal of the season. And that was a thing of beauty. Off the bar and in. We'll get another look at this. Header comes down. Mendez gets it. Mendez right into the box. Turns. Shoots. Might have not been off the bar. It was off the side netting. And it's going to be 4-0. Inter London absolutely running away with this game right now. Looking to make it 5-0 before halftime. Lizard throws it into O'Neal, who gets it back to Lizard. Mendez with it. Mendez over to Francis. Francis. Back to Hutchinson Jr. Hutchinson Jr. sends it up to Francis. Francis with it. Shot is blocked. Mendez. Back to Jertman. And now we're off to the sim. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Corner kick. McZerl with it. Sends it out to Kane. Kane back to McZerl. Back to Kane. Kane with it. Kane shot, and it's blocked. It's going to be a corner. Skovgaard with a nice block there. It's going to be a corner for Inter London. 3 still minutes of stoppage time. And Caberi comes down with it. Corner kick for Athenine. Looking to make anything out of this first half. Cicherson sends it in. Heads down, and it's Barrett Skovgaard with a huge block on one end and great header on the other end to knock the lead down 3. Athenine finally answers and makes it 4-1. Great header. Just beats everybody in the box. Letzi can't do anything about it. And we end half 4-1. Inter London up. Inter London 12 shots to 3 for Athenine. 6 on target for Inter London 2. XG 1.76 to 0.2. It's been Inter London's game all the way up until that 47th minute goal by Barrett Skovgaard. With such a low XG compared to how many goals are scored, you have to think, what can you do as Athenine to come back in this game? And we're going to see what they're going to do in the second half, because they're going to do it here in a second. Second half kickoff, Leo Faltra in for Curtis Yeager. Weaver with it. Weaver back to Skogard. Skogard, the goal scorer, gets it over to Wentz. Weaver with it on the sideline, crosses it in, and Letsy's going to come down with it. Hutchinson Jr. over to Francis. Francis tries to find McZerl, but McZerl is taken out. Jertenhen sends it up, and that pass is intercepted, but it only goes back to Jertenhen. Jertenhen with it, sends it over to DeMarco. DeMarco finds Blobby. Blobby over to DeMarco, and shot is well wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Right off of that goal kick, Cobry with it, sends it deep. Headed, Staple looking to win the race. Staple with it, shot, and it is big save. Staple was offsides. That's something that you want to see more of if you're an AFC fan. Munoz over to Bailey. Bailey with it. Over to Esposito. Esposito gets it over to Weaver, who finds Staple. Staple with it. Staple turns. Staple over to Leo Faltra. Shot, and it's a big save by Letsy, who came in for the injured London goalkeeper. Munoz with the goal kick, or corner kick here. Sends it in. And it goes all the way out to Bailey, who crosses it back in. Stitcherson tries to get a good head on it, but Letsy comes down with it. Letsy trying to make up for the Joseph Daniel injury. DeMarco sends it into Kane, back to DeMarco. DeMarco with it, sends it over to Kane. Kane with it now. Kane gets it over to Mendez, who tries to find Kane again and does. Cross in, headed around. And Kane comes down with it. So Kane's going to keep possession of this ball. Kane over to Francis. Francis up to DeMarco. Over to Kane. Shot. Big save by Cobry. Bailey with it. Bailey's shot is off of Letsy, and it goes out. I wouldn't say that was a great save, just kind of a save that bounces off of Letsy, and it's going to give a corner kick to Munoz, who sends it in, and that's headed out of play by O'Neill. It's going to be another corner. Stitcherson on this corner, lining it up. Sends it all the way out to Munoz. Kick, and it's well over the bar. Not much danger in that one. Inter London's going to take a goal kick here, and I'm trying to run out the last 15 minutes of this game. Throw in, Stitcherson gets it into Bailey. Stitcherson with it, sends it in. Blizzard takes it away, but it comes right back. Munoz with a shot. It's blocked. Ball's loose in the box. Just a bunch of headers. Stitcherson's header was not needed, and it goes out of play, so it's going to be a goal kick by Inter London. Throw in for Stitcherson here. Athenheim getting a lot of chances here. They lose the ball. Muniz gets it back, sends it over to Bailey. Bailey looks for the kick. It's blocked. Sent back out. Weaver's going to come away with it. AFC still with the ball. Gets it over to Leo. Over to Weaver. Weaver loses it to Kane, but they regain possession. Weaver with it now. Skogard. Up to Faltra. Finds Esposito running. Shot. Big save by Letsy. Staples headers knocked over the bar by Letsy. A 79th minute here. Stitcherson with the corner. Sends it in. And Letsy's going to come down with it. Athenheim with a lot more chances, but none of them really being that dangerous. DeMarco gets it over to McZerl, over to Mendez. Inter London shot, and it's a Ryan O'Neill goal. Third of the season. What a rocket in the box. Goalie had no chance at it. See it on the replay. McZerl gets it over back to DeMarco, who finds McZerl again. Gets it over to Mendez. Mendez sees O'Neal first touch off of Stitcherson and in. I believe that's going to be McZerl's second assist. Ryan O'Neal with 2 goals, 7th minute, 87th minute. Wentz with it. Zilla. And that's full time. 5-1. Inter London wins. 16 total shots for Inter London. 8 on target. They end the game with a 2.06 XG. 11 shots for Athenine. 6 on target. 0.54. Possession favored Inter London. And the score favored Inter London. Athenine stats. The only goal scored is on Barrett Skovgaard, who's also the best rated player with a 7.4 on their team. Everybody else is in the low 6s, some high 6s. Player of the match is going to go to João Mendes, a goal and 2 assists with an 8.5 match rating. Chris McZerl with an 8.4 was second best there. And Inter London's going to keep that top spot. They're going to move up to 21 points. And Cairo City's going to try to keep pace with them, being down by 5 points now. So needing to win this game to keep that pace. And they'll be taking on Montreal United next. We're about to get underway for this Cairo City Montreal United game. Montreal United sitting in last place in Division 2. This will be the second meeting between them and Cairo City. Cairo City is 3-1-1 in their last 5. Montreal is 1-1-3 in their last 5. Looking at the last time these two played, Cairo City squeaked out a 1-0 win on Matchday 3. Overall, the season head-to-head career, Cairo City with 14 wins to Montreal United's 23. There has been 6 draws. But in recent times, Cairo City has won the last one. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in. And we're going to get into the sim. Corner kick for Montreal. Sent in, headed out. Sheriff King with it over to Darius. And that ball goes well over. And we are simming fast here. We're past the 15th minute. Going into the 20th minute. Not much happening. Both teams with at least one shot. Montreal with 2. Cairo with 1. None of them on target. It's going to be a corner for Montreal. Andrews Jr. over this. Sends it in. Headed around. Jones is going to come down with it. Jones gets it over to Andrews Jr. who finds Jones again over to Zareth King. And that is blocked. So we're getting another Montreal corner. Sends it in again. Headed out. Gibraltar comes down with it. Wangs out with a shot, and it blazes well over the bar. Good chance there, but no shot on target comes from it. Free kick. Kronkowski sends it in the box. Headed out. Wangs Yao's going to get to it. Beaten duck over to Andrews Jr. Andrews Jr. loses it, but Wings out to the rescue. Buccaneer with it. Buccaneer gets it over to Zareth King. Shot is just off the mark. It's going to be a goal kick for Cairo City, and we're off again. 39th minute throw in to Vaughn over to Ayo. Grizz finds Ayo. Crossed in, headed off the crossbar, but not in. Hay comes away with it, gets it back to Hernandez. Montreal with the ball. But Cairo is pressing a little bit, but nothing comes of that. Cairo City now on the attack. Greer with it over to Yu Zhang. Yu Zhang gets it back to Duck, up to Demo. Damo gets it back to Duck. Damo gets it over to Grizz. Grizz with it, beats Jones. Grizz tries to pass, Buccaneer blocks it, but it comes right back to Grizz, and Bodie Grizz buries it for their first goal. Past a diving Hernandez. That pass block or shot block, one or the other. Grizz gets past Jones, goes to pass it to Yu Zhang, but it comes right back to him, and he just fires it past a diving Hernandez. And that ball leaks into the corner, and it's a 1-0 Cairo City lead. Kicked way deep. Duck comes down with it over to Damo. Damo over to Greer, over to Duck. Duck with it. Damo. Damo looking, sends it over to Grizz. Grizz running. Grizz shot, and it's over the bar. 2 minutes of stoppage time, and we're at halftime. 1-0. Cairo City leads. 4 shots for Cairo, 5 for Montreal, 1 on target for Cairo, 0 for Montreal. 0.28 XG for Cairo City, 0.61 for Montreal. But where it matters most is on the board, and it's 1-0 Cairo City lead. Bodie Grizz with a great game so far. Lone goal scorer. We're going to go into halftime, get some subs in, and come back with a fresh 45 to get to us to the final 90. Wangsy out, or Shepard Vaccarin and Stan Smith coming in for Cairo City. Zaref King gets it over to Buccaneer. Montreal looking to answer for that late first half goal by Cairo City. Kronkowski with it in the box, turns. Tries to find Jones, but that was not the option. Grizz intercepts it, and now Cairo City's running with it. They lose it to Gibraltar, and nothing comes of that. Free kick, Morley over to King. Buccaneer over to Jones. Jones over to Kronkowski. Sends it up to Hay. Finds Hay running. Shot is saved by Johnny Crying. It's going to be a corner for Montreal. They've had plenty of corners, but they have not looked dangerous. Andrew Jr. looking to change that. Sends it in, and it's headed out by Vaughn. Another non-dangerous corner. Buccaneer gets it over to Darius. Back to Gibraltar over to Kronkowski. And we're sending. Past the 55th minute. Another throw in for Montreal. Gets it over to Hay. Hay gets it over to Darius. Sends it in, and that header by Kronkowski goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick. Ayo with the throw in, gets it into Smith. Smith with it over to Grizz. Grizz over to Greer. Greer with it. Back to Valkyrian. Valkyrian sends it all the way back to Crying, who gets it up to Duck real quick. Duck with it now. Got Wingsley out of position a little bit, so now they're attacking. Damo's heavy touch goes to King, but they get it right back. Montreal not able to control the takeaways that they've had, and it's led to some dangerous chances for Cairo City. Vaughn over to Ayo, over to Grizz, back to Ayo. Ayo sends it in. Shot, and Adamo buries the rebound off of the block shot to bury it to make it 2-0. Cairo City. Good look at this. Just a little back and forth between Grizz and Ayo. Ayo sends it in. Yu Zhang shoots it. Buccaneer blocks it, and Adamu is there to bury it. 2-0. Cairo City in the 63rd minute. Corner for Montreal. They need something here. Gronkowski over the corner. Sends it in. Headed around. It's still loose. Jones looking for it. But foul by Montreal is going to lead to Cairo City. Free kick. Corner kick for Cairo City. Greer over top of this one. Sends it in. Headed out. Vaughn with it. Vaughn looking. Hey, blocks it first. But Vaughn keeps it again. Greer with it. Back to Duck. Duck sends it over to Grizz. Over to Adamu. A lot of possession for Cairo City. This half. Greer finds Eugene. Eugene's shot is well off the mark. Still dangerous. But nothing of that. Zaref King gets it into Hay. Zaref King with it over to Buccaneer. Finds Hay. Hay, top of the box, sends it over to Andrews Jr. Shot is blocked by Ayo. And sent out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Montreal. Coming up to the last 10 minutes of the 90. We're past that point. Coming up, we're now 5 minutes left in the 90. Bodie Grizz booked in the 82nd. 3 minutes of stoppage time through the first, almost through the second. We're 1 minute left here. Zaref King coming away with it. Gets it up to Hay. Montreal's out of time, but they can get it down to 1 goal. Duck sends it back to Crying. Cairo City gets it up to Valkyrian. Over to Ayo. Ayo with it up the sidelines. Andrew Jr. takes that away. 30 seconds left in the original 3 minutes of stoppage time. Over to Andrews Jr. Up the sideline. Gets it over to Gronkowski. Back to Andrews Jr. Over to Derek Arias. Jones up to Wang Zhao. Up to Hay. Hay shot is off the bar, but they were offsides anyways. And this will be the final kick of the game there. Waiting on the whistle. Vaughn comes down with it, and there it is. 2-0. Cairo City keeps pace with Inter London. Still down by 2 points, but winning this game over Montreal. Econ Ayo, player of the match, with a 7.9 rating. Only 2 shots on target for Cairo City. Both of those going in. 3 for Montreal. None of those going in. Econ Ayo. Lone scorers of the game, Adamu and Bodie Grizz. Lone assist of going to Eugene on the game. Best player for Montreal, Zaref King. So we're not going to see any movement out of the top 2 teams, top 2 spots in this second division. So we're going to go to the last one, which is featuring the 3rd and 4th place team, CS Rova, taking on Seoul MFC, right after this brief break. And we're about to get underway in the CS Rova Seoul matchup. Rova 2-2-1 in their last 5. Seoul 2-0-3 in their last 5, but they won their last game. Walker up front for them. Last time these two played each other this season, it was a 3-1 win for CS Rova. Rova sitting with 11 points. Over the lifetime of the series, it's been 3 wins for Rova, 2 for Seoul, and a draw. Rova gets the ball to start off. Kallinens gets it over to Fern. Fern with it. Sends it up to Schwarte. Schwarte running up the sidelines. Human takes it right away, and now we're off to the sim. Free kick for Rova. Callanan shoots it, and it's off the wall. It's going to be a corner kick for Rova. Q Junior's going to make their way over for this corner kick. Over top of it for Q Junior. Rova looking to start off strong, sends it in. And Twinkle Toes comes down with it. Rova with 3 shots already, none of them on target. Grudner gets the throw in. Rova with the ball. Urena gets it up to Turk. Turk with it. Turk looks for Q Junior. Q Junior gets it up to Sherman's. Sherman sends it in the box, and it's kicked out. But Sherman's takes it away from Seoul MFC before they're able to fully clear it. Shorte with it now. Shorte with a good move. Shorte with a shot, and Thomas Shorte with the second goal of the season puts Rova up 1-0 early. 13th minute goal. And that's off of an assist from Callanans. Callanans finds Shorte, but Shorte did all of that. Beats Imad on a quick touch, and then beats Twinkle Toes with a shot to the side of the far side of the net. Make it 1-0 CS Rova. Corner kick for Rova. Q Junior over top of this ball. Sends it in. Headed around, and it's going to be Callanan's handed the ball, so it's a goal kick. Twinkle Toes gets it over McLeod off the ensuing goal kick. Finds Ross Bob. Ross Bob running up the sidelines. Gets it up to Salaka. Salaka over to Doug. Over to Walker. One touch to Human. Human in the box. Human turns. Finds Emad's shot. And it's wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Free kick for Seoul, and that goes well wide and over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick for Rova. Off this goal kick, Fern has it now. Fern gets it up to Turk, over to Urena. Tries to find Rocket and does. Rocket with it back to Urena. Callanan's with it. Callanan sends it all the way over to Q Junior. Gets it over to Turk. Turk with the touch. Turk goes to the middle. Looks for Shorte. Shorte with it. Shorte is taken down in the box, and they are pointing to the spot, calling a penalty. Shorte was taken down in the box, but was there enough in it for it to be a penalty? We're going to get a check. No penalty. We play on. Each team with 1 shot on target right now. Q Junior with the throw-in gets it into Sherman's. Over to Q Junior, over to Turk. Back to Q Junior, crosses it in. Headed around, but Turk comes down with it. Turk finds Shorte, over to Rocket. Rocket with it. Shot, and it's Auto Rocket getting their second goal. Their first goal coming against the same team to make it 2-0. CS Rova. Turk gets it over to Shorte. Shorte sees Rocket. Rocket just has to beat Twinkle Toes and does. About the same spot from Shorte's earlier goal, I believe. And Rocket was well onside. Free kick for Rova. Gets it over Urena. Shot, and it's a goal by Jamie Urena. First goal of the season. And it's put the CS Rova Wombats up 3-0. Grudner sees Urena uncovered. 1-touch shot. Doug second cannot get over there. And Twinkle Toes' diving save is not enough. It's beat 3-0. CS Rova. Free kick for Rova. Fern with it. Q Junior loses it to Shavenko, but Q Junior gets it right back. Q Junior with it over to Callanans. Callanans up to I Love Ziegel. I Love Ziegel over to Q Junior. Q Junior up to Sherman's. Sherman's shot, and it's over the bar. It's going to be a free kick for Seoul MFC. Sorry about the noise. Ross Bob sends it into Salaka over to Shavenko. Shavenko gets it up, but Rocket takes it away. Rocket with options. Rocket running up the middle. Rocket looking and loses it to Callanan's, his own teammate. And that attack ends. Not the best decision by Rocket to run into his own teammate, but nothing dangerous of that attack from Soul comes away. Turk gets it over to Fern. 44th minute. Q Jr. with it. Q Jr. gets it over to Sherman's. Sherman's with it. Sherman's has a little bit of space. Beats his player. Shot is big save by Twinkle Toes. It's going to be a corner for Rova. Up 3-0. Sends it in. Headed around. Fern tries to get a head on it, but it comes out to Turk. Turk over to Kallinens. Kallinens over to Fern. Fern back to Grundner. And now we're off to the sim corner for Soul MFC. Sends it in the box. Headed out. Hunt comes down with it. Hunt with it. Doug second with it. Shot blocked. Another shot. Looking to clear it. And Rova clears it. I don't know what happened. Urena over to Kallinens. Turk. 3 minutes of stoppage time. 30 seconds left of the minimum 3. Shorte gets it up to Rocket over to Kallinens. Now they're running. Kallinens running. Kallinens looking. Shot is way too high. It's going to be a goal kick. And now we're at halftime. 3-0 CS Rova. 11 shots for them. 7 for Soul. 4 on target for Rova. 3 for Soul. 1.20 XG compared to 0.75 for Soul. Thomas Shorte controlling the ball and narrative for Rova right now. Making the right passes. And Rova sees himself sitting up 3-0 as we go into the halftime subs. No subs, so we're underway with a Soul kickoff. Hunt with it. Over to McLeod. Up to Ross Bob. Morgenstern. Over to Imad. Soul looking for the right passes, but that pass is intercepted by Shorte. Free kick. Urena gets it up to Shorte of Rova. Urena over to Turk. Back to Urena. Over to Shorte. Looks for Rocket. Rocket looking for the sideline, but looks at Shorte in the center. Finds Shorte. Shorte with it now. Shorte looking. Finds Rocket. And good step in by Soul to take it away. And now they're running. Walker with it now. Walker running. Rocker heads. That ball's headed out. Salaka with it, but Q Jr. comes away with it. Over to Schwarzer. Schwarzer sends it. And Q Jr. intercepts it. Gets it over to I Love Ziegel. I Love Ziegel looking for Rocket. Rocket sends it back up to Kallinens. Kallinens with it now. Looking to get back into shape. Finds Rocket. Rocket shot, and Rocket gets the brace off of a great pass by Casper Kallinens. And Rocket kicks it by Twinkle Toes to get their second of the game. Third of the season. Kallinens sprints up the side. Sees Rocket come into the box. Gets it over to him. One touch. And Twinkle Toes does not stand a chance. And now it's 4-0. CS Rova. 3 minutes into the second half. 54th minute throw in. Ross Bob gets it over to Salaka, back to Ross Bob, over to Hunt, back to Ross Bob, over to Hunt again. Shot, and it goes wide. It's going to be a goal kick for CS Rova. Soul's not playing bad. Rova's just burying the chances that they have. I Love Ziegel kicks it in, and Twinkle Toes comes down with that one. 60th minute. McLeod looking over to Morgenstern. Up to Doug second. Over to Human. Human gets it taken away by Shorte. Shorte gets it over to Urena. Urena sends it up to Turk. Turk with it. Turk running now. Turk gets it over to Q Jr. Q Jr. running. Gets it up to Grundner. Shot, and it's a goal for Liz for I Love Ziegel. They found the loose ball in the box, and they buried it. See how that happened. Turk brings it all the way up, gets it over to Q Jr. Q Jr. looks for Brunner. Ross Bob's tackle stops Brunner from getting it, but unfortunately that ball falls right at Ziegel's legs, and they bury it. 5-0 CS Rova. Going into the quick sim. Shorte with a chance here. Shorte loses it to Imad. Imad with it. Gets it over to Morgenstern. Morgenstern gets it up to Shevchenko. Over to Hunt. Hunt with it now. Hunt finds Human. Human with a chance. And that shot is over the bar. And it's a goal kick. 15 minutes left in this game. 5-0 CS Rova taking care of business right now. It's a throw in for Seoul. Ross Bob with it. Gets it over to Hunt. Back to Ross Bob. Over to Shevchenko. Sends it in. Headed out by Shorte, but Imad comes down with it. Brunner marking. Imad with it. Sends it over. Loose ball. Gets cleared. Doug the second with it. Sends it up to Ross Bob. Over to Salaka. Salaka back to McLeod. Shevchenko. Back to McLeod. McLeod over to Morgenstern. Morgenstern with it up to Doug second. Grunner marking. Doug second gets it up the sidelines. Now sends it over to the middle. Ross Bob with it. Ross Bob shot deflected, and Schwarzer grabs that one. 10 minutes left. Emad sends it in to Doug second. Crossed in. Headed. Comes down to Ross Bob's feet, and Schwarzer saves that one. Free kick for Seoul. It's been a lot of Seoul in the last 15 minutes. Salaka with it. Salaka loses it to Q Jr., who gets it over to Fern. Over to Q Jr. Up to Turk. Over to Sherman's. Sherman's looking. Sherman's over to Q Jr. Q Jr. looks to get it, but they lose it, and Uranus then gets the loose ball. CS Rova still keeping it. Kallinen's over to Turk. Over to Grunner. Finds Rocket. Rocket. Emad marking, but Rocket goes up the sideline. Rocket up the sidelines. Looking in the box. Gets it over to Kallinen's, and the deflection goes in. It's going to be an own goal by Valentin Morgenstern, but that was off of Kallinen's shot, courtesy of a Rocket pass. Rocket beats Human, and then cuts back in to find Kallinen's, and Morgenstern's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it bounces off of them and goes in. It's 6-0. 5 minutes left in this game. Throw in for Ross Bob. Gets it into Hunt. Over to Ross Bob. Kicks it in. Loose ball. Salaka with it. And Schwarzer's going to come down with it. And that's going to be full time. 6-0. CS Rova with the win. 18 shots total for Rova. 12 for Seoul. 8 on target. 4 for Seoul. 1.92 XG to 1.13. Difference is 6 of those 8 shots went in the net for Rova. Overall, great game by Rova. Player of the match is going to go to Otto Rocca with a 9.2. They had 2 goals in that game. Other goals scored by Jamie Urena, Thomas Schwarte, and Lister I Love Ziegel. Assists, Kallinen's had 2. Over on the other side, best rated player, 6.6 is on B. Sharvenko. And that is going to be how this match ends. And don't know if there's going to be much of a shakeup in the standings at all. I think everything's going to stay the same, but we're going to get a look at it here in just a second and recap what happened this match day 8. No changes in the standings. Inter London stays in first with 21. Cairo second with 19. Rova third with 14. Seoul with 6. Athenine in fifth with 5. And Montreal with 4 and 6. Athenine lost 1-5 to Inter London. Cairo City winning 2-0 over Montreal United. And CS Rova with a 6-0 game over Seoul MFC. Thank you guys for tuning into this SSL Minor Second Division Match Day 8. I was your host, Patrick. I'm glad to be back with you guys. We'll be doing more games. And I will see you later tonight on Minor First Division Match Day 8. Have a great day and goodbye.